Hey everybody, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Welcome to Talking Habs, and we're going to talk about the game last night. Not the best game for Montreal, but we're going to talk about it, try to be level-headed about it, and reasonable about it, and yeah, we're going to try to do that. And before we get to that, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're a Habs fan like me and you hate this goddamn loss to the Leafs, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell, that's down there, and that's going to get you notified. And get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here at Talking Habs. See, I'm so upset about this game that, yeah, I can't even get my words out. So, how do you put it? Montreal lost to the Leafs last night when, and, you know, in a weird way, too. Not the way you would have thought if they're going to lose. If they didn't play as good as they did in that first game where it was really close. They were the better team. And that wasn't the case here last night. They weren't the better team, and that's why they lost. So I'm going to go over the score. I'm going to kind of describe it. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Now, I live streamed that game last night, so I don't have the minutiae of the game, but I'm going to give you my thoughts on it after going over the highlights and all that, and that's right here, and let's get right to it. And it's just what it is what it is, right? All right, okay, so in the first period, now that, it looked great. Montreal, in the first 10 minutes of this game, played fantastic. They played an energetic game. They were forward-checking. I mean, that's what I saw. They played a really good game, and it's like at that first, was it the first penalty? It seems to like it turned. And I don't know what happened. And it was the penalty to Toronto, so it wasn't a Montreal penalty. It turned on their first power play, somewhere where they've been strong on the power play. They're leading the league in shorthanded goals. And I find the game kind of started to turn there. Didn't turn abruptly, but it seems like the pace of the game changed. And it started to slowly, like the ice started to tilt very slowly. Anyways, that's what I see. That's what I saw. And let's go over it. So at 1:16 in the first period, Josh Anderson goal. And if for the guess the score contest, I had Josh Anderson. I had the score at 3-2 for Montreal, and right up until the end, on the empty net goal, it was 3-2 to Toronto. I should have picked Toronto, but how can you do that? I can't do that. Okay, so there was a Muzzin pass in the neutral zone that's picked off by Jonathan Drouin, and he kind of spins, starts to go up ice, and finds Anderson. Right, you know, and dumps it off to him. They cross the line. Suzuki and Drouin trailing on the play, but Anderson just goes right to the net, and he puts a shot through Anderson, the goalie's leg. So Anderson beats Anderson, and it's 1-0, and it's looking really good. Now, I picked Josh Anderson to get the first goal because in the first game of the season, Montreal was the better team. They lost, and he had said that Montreal is the better team, and I thought he'd want to prove it here quickly, and he did, and I got that right. So, yeah, I know. Doesn't do anything, right? Also, so he got that from his 9th goal from Drouin with the assist. And like I said, it doesn't turn abruptly in the first period, and Montreal holds off Toronto for any scoring, like right to the end of the second period. So it's like I said, but it seems that it's starting to turn, and the pace is slowing down, and that's not a good thing for Montreal. So it's the period ends. It's 1-0, and I remember saying in the live stream that it's almost like kind of lucky. I'm feeling like we're lucky that we got out of there 1-0. Right, we're still leading 1-0, and that I felt kind of lucky. Second period, again, same kind of stuff. It's a lot of back and forth kind of play. Montreal holds them off the scoreboard until near the end of this period, but I find Toronto had the better of the play, even though Montreal's out shooting them, and a lot of shots at net and a lot of stuff not getting through. I mentioned that a lot in the live stream, but it still seemed to be Toronto outplaying them a little bit. And at 15:18 of the second period, Dermott gets his first. I circled it. And I circled this one. And I circled this one. Because if you want to get your first goal of the season, come to Montreal. We're going to give you that goal. And look at it, 3 goals. And you know what? This is kind of I remember last season, same thing. Guys that are having trouble scoring, guys that hadn't scored yet. First goal of the season against Montreal. So you want your first goal of the season? Come on down to Montreal. We're going to give it to you. So I just know that's something I just noticed. So it was Dermott is first from Muzzin and Tavares, and Dermott takes a pass from Muzzin at the line, kind of walks into the left circle, and he snipes one. Listen, that was a snipe, but at the same time, I'm sure Carey Price would have liked that one back. But really, it was a beautiful snipe right up into the top left corner. Yeah. So the near bar, right up. It was just, it was a nice shot. Again, I think more focused and more dialed in Carey Price, even though he was tracking the puck a little better last night and kind of cleared it, he was doing that. But I think he could have had that, but I'm not going to really blame him on that. So that's it. So now it's tied up. Second period ends. Yeah, I don't know what to expect here. You can see Montreal is just not getting they're not getting their chances. They're not pulling the trigger. Let's put it that way. Lots of chances, lots of shots, shots getting through, shots not getting through, and it's just not looking like it's going to happen. And early in the third period, Justin Hall, who's having a really great game, he's a big guy. I didn't realize how big he is. Having a really good game for Toronto. Mentioned it in the live stream, and he puts up, guess what? His first goal this season. So a Justin Hall shot from the high slot, it goes over Price's glove. And he hung his head down after that one. He should have had that. But I noticed on the replay, and I'm not 100% sure that this happened, but I've watched it over and over and over, and I believe that puck just ticks off of John Tavares' stick. And I think it changes a little bit of direction, and he missed it. Now, Jeff, who is my podcast partner, he was on the live stream, and his daughter is a goalie. He knows a lot about goalies. And he said a shot like that, directly like that, a hard slapper like that, it's about a 50-50 proposition for a goalie to actually get that puck. So how much is it Price's fault? I think it changed direction a little bit. Everybody, I challenge you, go look at the replay. Tell me it doesn't tick off of John Tavares' stick. It looks like it visually to me, and I could be wrong because nobody else mentioned this. So it's just me, and maybe I'm wrong. Still, again, it's not totally Price's fault, and yet it is at the same time. So I don't know what to say about that. So it's Justin Hall's first goal from Tavares and Muzzin. 42 seconds later, another circled goal. Because hey, guess what? Hey, come on, guys! You need a goal. Did you get your first goal yet? No. Come on. I mean, it's kind of like that, right? And I'll tell you how this one plays out. Mikheyev. I wrote here, Mikheyev. You need a goal? Come get one. So Kerfoot has the puck side of the net on the right side. Nice play and all. Hang on, my phone going again. So he's kind of, I don't know, he's having kind of trouble with the puck, but he gets it, and he gets this kind of, I don't know, I'm going to call it a kind of a flubbed pass up to, who did he get it? Let me read what I wrote here, Matt. Why don't you do that? Flub pass to Kerfoot. Okay, no, it was Hyman at the side of the net, and he doesn't get, it was a really soft kind of pass. Kerfoot goes to pass it across the crease to Mikheyev, but he flubs that one too, and he barely gets any wood on it. But yet, it gets there to Mikheyev, and there's guys in the crease, and Mikheyev gets it in and gets his first goal. And hey, why not? You needed a goal? Come down. What's it like? Price is Right. Come on down, get your first goal. So thank God that's the only first goals. That's it. No more first goals for anybody. At 16:40, for the last 5 or 6 minutes, typical of Montreal when they're losing, that's when they put the burners on and they go. But it's too little, too late. It's a little too late. But Tatar gets his fourth, and he needed one. Tatar really needed one from Sherratt and Romanov. And I'll tell you how that went. A Sherratt shot from the left circle. I guess Romanov to Sherratt. Sherratt shoots from the left circle. And this breaks the stick of the Leafs defender. Yeah, and that deflects the puck into Anderson, falls down, and Tatar puts it in from that. So he gets the loose puck, and he gets his goal. So that's from Sherratt and Romanov at 16:40, and now it's 3-2. And there's still some time, and maybe to get it there, but there's some penalty issues and whatever, and they can't pull the goalie. the Leafs kind of somehow make them delay pulling the goalie, which I was watching the hockey guys review of the game last night, and he kind of said it's a new strategy. It makes sense, you know, if you see they're going to pull the goalie, get up there with the puck, and then he can't. So that's kind of what they did, and then Montreal, I think with a little over a minute, Price went out, and you know, of course, it's an empty netter. Hyman. Matthews gets the assist on the empty netter, gives him, I don't know if it's 11 or 12 straight games with a point. It's not the guy I want to see have that. And it's Hyman from Matthews, his fourth from Matthews and Muzzin. Thank God it's not his first. And there you go. So Montreal shots on goal 35-24. So they outshot them. Face-offs, again, it's going to be a problem, and you know, winning some face-offs last night might have made a little difference here. 47% for Montreal, 53% for Toronto, but face-offs are going to be a problem all year. Young guys, that's what's going to happen. Power play, they each went 0 for 2. There weren't as many penalty calls, which was nice. A change, right? Okay, but we couldn't get any, and neither could they. So power play unit, penalty kill unit, awesome. And they each had 19 hits, so they was a pretty even game carrying the puck, maybe, or Montreal. I would have liked Montreal to be more physical, that's for sure. Awesome, let's get into my thoughts on this game. Price doesn't look right. He doesn't look right, whether he's still grieving from his dogs. I get that. He doesn't look completely focused and dialed in. He's tracking the puck okay and not. He's inconsistent, and I don't know what's up with that. So it was going to be easily going to be Price starting next Saturday. On Saturday, Montreal's in Toronto, and you figure Price. But now, who is it? So Allen is playing more than Allen's playing tonight against Edmonton. If he has a good game, if he doesn't shit the bed, if he has a good game, which I expect he will, I think you got to go with Allen on Saturday because you need to win that game. That Saturday game comes maybe a must-win game now. You lost the first 2 games to Toronto. You got 8 more to go, and you don't want to keep losing. You got to win one. So who starts on Saturday? This was a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of game for Montreal. They were good, especially first 10 minutes of the period, doing everything they needed to do. They got that first goal. They were forechecking. They had energy. And then Mr. Hyde showed up. And until like 6 minutes to go, they played Mr. Hyde hockey, where just it wasn't pretty. And then Dr. Jekyll showed up again. They got a goal, and it just wasn't enough. So it was kind of like Jekyll and Hyde hockey. I talked about this. Do you need your first goal? You need your first goal? Come on down to Montreal. We got goals to give away. Goals here, goals there, discount goals. Yeah. Special teams, power play, X. Penalty kill gets a check mark. Penalty kill was really good. Only 2 power plays, I get that. But they were good, and they needed... Toronto's power play is amazing. They shut them down. That's what they had to do. Power play, ours, at home, even with the new formation, still seems to suck. It was a bit of a lackluster game, as much as there was a lot of shots. They took a lot of shots. Not all of them gone through, but they took a lot of shots. I still felt it was like a lackluster game because the energy level just went poof after that first penalty, their first power play. And they didn't really generate anything on it, and it was like poof, air out of the balloon almost. Montreal and Toronto's strength. Montreal, depth. That's their strength. Toronto, their top 2 lines, their elite forwards, that's their strength. And yet, it was Toronto's depth that beat Montreal last night. It was their depth. It was totally what Montreal should be doing. That's what Toronto did. And Montreal doesn't have the elite level on the top 2 lines that Toronto does, so it couldn't have been turned around as fair play, and Toronto beat us with their depth. Not physical enough for me. I didn't feel Montreal was playing a physical enough game. I wanted to see more hits. I said it in my preview, hit them, hit them, hit them. And by the end of the game, they can't handle it, and they didn't do that, so... Be more physical on Saturday. Too little, too late in the third. So like I said, Dr. Jekyll came back too late, and they didn't have enough time, and that's what happens. Toronto was the better team overall last night. It hurts me to say it, but Toronto was the better team last night. You got to be realistic about it, you know? For all you guys out there, I can't, I'm not going to sleep and all that. You know what? It's a game. That's it. Your day goes on the next day and all that, so you got to look at it that way. And you got to face the reality. Last night, Toronto was the better team. We got a game on Saturday against them, and then after their break, again, we faced them. It's time for those 2 games for Montreal to show Toronto they're not the best team in the division, or you got competition in this division. Because right now, Toronto is the best team in this division. That's it. That's realistic. That's reality. I don't like to say it. The words don't want to come out of my mouth, but it's realistic. And, you know, so if any of your Leafs fans are watching that, I mean, that's the truth. But there's 8 games to go. Montreal can turn this around, and they got to start doing it on Saturday. So speaking of next games, next game is tonight against Edmonton in Montreal. Edmonton's struggling. So I'm going to do a preview right after this. So my live stream will start at 6:35 p.m. So if anybody's interested in that, live stream at 6:35 right through to the end of the game. The rematch on Saturday in Toronto. There's going to be a rematch Saturday in Toronto. Montreal's got to play well. My dog's agreeing. I don't know what you're barking at now. Must be that. That's at 7 p.m. on Saturday, 6:35 start. It's Canada, Hockey Day in Canada. This year, like Hockey Guy put it, I'm not stealing it from him, but every day in Canada this year is Hockey Day in Canada. Let me see what's going on. Great time for people to come in and do some work in the house. Okay, so change is coming from Montreal. I gotta say, unless they have a really great game against Edmonton, everything's back on track. There's changes coming. If they struggle against Edmonton, look for some line changes. Look for Allen in the nets on Saturday. That kind of stuff. I think that's what's going to happen. So changes coming. That's it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Ring that notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. And if you have any comments about this game, whatever you want to say, let me know in the comment section. It's right down there as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. Check out my preview for the Edmonton games coming up soon, and a live stream tonight at 6:30. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time. Bye.